After a long wait, a South Alabama bingo establishment is back open with a new name and a new plan.
But is bingo really back in South Alabama? One of the state's gambling facilities is open again and hoping to avoid the same fate as other casinos in Alabama.
The Country Crossing facility just outside Dothan is back open, but with a new name and some new additions.
Center Stage.
Alabama Attorney General Luther Strange will be closely watching Center Stage, Alabama. He says bingo is allowed only under the traditional form of paper and must be run by a charity or the proceeds benefiting a charity. He adds that slot machines are illegal, and if there are slot machines at Center Stage, they can most definitely expect a raid. In a statement released this morning, Strange said, quote, "We trust that the Center Stage operators will abide by Alabama law, and if they do not, appropriate law enforcement action will be taken." Defense attorneys in the state's corruption trial are trying to use recorded phone calls to their advantage. They're working to show that their clients never paid for any votes to push e-bingo legislation. One call heard today reportedly showed Victory landowner Milton McGregor and former Senator Lowell Barron tricking Senator and defendant Jim Pruitt into voting yes. On the recording, Barron says Pruitt opposes everything that he supports, so the two decided that if they told Pruitt they were against the bill, Pruitt would vote for it, which he did. Hey, I think it's time to fire up the grill because the holiday weekend is finally here.
Yeah, and as hot as it's going to be, you may not even need charcoal or anything. Huh?
Let's start right now.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, you know, it is a big weekend. And
Your heat index map. Yipes.
it doesn't take long. A little bit of water makes a big difference.
Wow. It's the dog days of summer for sure. That picture was appropriate.
You are, we're on fire today.
Great picture.
All right, thanks, Mark. Well, Jasper's new police chief is breaking new ground for the department. Connie Rowe was sworn in today as the city's first ever female police chief. It was standing room only in the council chambers with city officials, other law enforcement officers, and State Senator Greg Reed on hand. Rowe plans to focus her immediate attention on the patrol officers' needs, as well as ways to improve the department's low morale.
Still to come on CBS 42 News at 5, the long holiday break is cut short for some members of Congress.
Then a big change in the criminal case against a global businessman.
Plus, Shannesty Meyer spent the day at that scene and joins us now with the latest. Shannesty.
Well, Sherry, Alabaster police are still on the scene where the grisly stabbing deaths occurred. Investigators now have the challenge of trying to put together the pieces and figure out why a young mother and her 8-month-old daughter died here today.
Anytime there's a murder, it's tragic, but when you're talking about a baby, defenseless child, it's unspeakable.
An unspeakable crime is what brought Alabaster police to the Shelby Motor Lodge moments after a frantic motel employee called 911. Police say 34-year-old Terrence Patterson from Lutchner, Louisiana, was seen leaving this motel room covered in blood.
We're very thankful that we don't have to go search for anybody out in the community and try to locate somebody, so that I think that's going to put the community at ease.
An 8-month-old baby girl died from stab wounds. Her 24-year-old mother died a short time later at UAB Hospital. It's a crime sending shockwaves through the normally peaceful community.
I've been here since the night before last, but hadn't seen anybody, or all I heard the helicopter this morning. That's all I know.
And when you stepped outside, what did you see?
Shocked. All this.
Yeah.
All you guys.
I've been here 21 years. I think this may be our first double homicide that I'm aware of.
Tonight, Patterson is in the Shelby County Jail facing capital murder charges. Police are still not releasing the identity of the victims, and of course, there's still no word on a motive or even the relationship between Patterson, the mother, and the child. We're live in Alabaster. Shannesty Myers, CBS 42 News.
Right in Shannesty, what exactly are the police officers doing tonight?
Well, Ken, folks are just starting to show up at the 28th annual nationwide night out against crime. In Brighton, neighbors are encouraged to lock their doors, turn on their exterior lights, and come on out to these block parties for an opportunity to get to know the local law enforcement and community members. Now, as you can see, we have a moon bounce right over here to our right for the kids. There are also several tents set up to keep people kind of out of that heat. Now, don't let this hot summer sun deter you from coming on out here. There are free hot dogs. There are are lots of cold beverages and even some free ice. There's also an opportunity to win a gift certificate to Target. Now, Brighton is not the only community taking part in the nationwide event. Other communities like Hoover, Homewood, and even Bessemer are also having the block parties of their own. We're going to check in with some of those communities coming up tonight at 10. And do not forget that this event lasts until 9 o'clock tonight. For now, we're live in Brighton. Shanna Myers, CBS 42 News.